Hello, welcome to my channel. This is another class of Visual Dictionary. And let's begin today's class. Today, we are going to talk about human body. Alright, today we're going to cover terms for various parts of our body. On the left, we have a full picture of what we are going to cover today. And A is about human body, and B is about our hand, and C we have our face, and D we have our eyes. And let's begin. All right, number one, we have a face. So that's the spelling, face, and its phonetic symbols are like that, face, face. And aside from being a noun, it also has a verb usage. And when it is used as a verb, it means to deal with a problem, to deal with. Okay? And number two, we have this part right here, and this is our mouth. Like that. And phonetic symbol is okay. Cut. So over here, we have a very difficult English pronunciation. Th, th, just like in thin or thing. Alright? And the pronunciation for this one is m, a, u, th. Okay? So it's mouth, mouth, mouth. And next, we have this part right here, our chin. And pronunciation for this one is like that. So it's chin, chin, short. And chin usually refers to the tip of our jawbone. So tip of the jaw bone. Okay? And number four, right here, that's our neck. 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 And pronunciation is just like that, neck. And we use the terms V-neck or turtleneck a lot when we are talking about clothes. And number five right there is our shoulder. 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 And pronunciation is O and L and like that. So it's we have a stress in the first syllable, so it's shaw, shaw, and then we have O, L, der. So shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. All right. And next we have this part right there, arm, arm. And the phonetic symbol is, and it's long sound, long vowel sound, and then we have arm, arm, arm. So arm. And as a noun, it is also used as weapons. But in that case, we have to put S in the end. For example, we can say armed robbery. All right, and next we have this part, which is upper arm, upper arm, and then we have right there, it's elbow, elbow, and pronunciation is elbow, elbow. And over here, the front over, and over here, the front of an arm. Cut. And lastly, the front. And lastly, number 9 is forearm. like this, fore and arm. And the pronunciation is, so that's fore and arm. Like that. And over here, fore means front or before. Okay? And number 10 right there, we call that armpit. Armpit. And pit means hole. So that over there, number 10, looks like a hole, right? And number 11 is our back. Back. As in back pain. Back pain. And number 12, we have chest. 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 And this word also has another noun form, kite. And this word also has another meaning, is kite. And this word also has another noun meaning, which is a wooden box. For example, we can say, I found a chest of treasure. All right. And number 13 is right there, and that's our waist. Waist. And we use the word waist to measure something. So we can say, my son is my waist high. So waist and dash and high to measure something. Or we can also say, the river is my waist deep. We also use this word to measure depth as well. To measure depth. Okay? And finally, over here, number 14 is, you can call this stomach, but the correct word for this one would be like that. Abdomen. Abdomen. So a, b, and the, and so ab, the, men, abdomen, abdomen. And when we say stomach, that usually refers to our organ. So my stomach is full. That means my organ that contains food, that is full. And we use the term belly for both abdomen or my stomach. It's a casual term. All right, so right there, that's our buttock. So B-U-T-T-O-C-K, and it's pronounced as ba, ba, ba. The stress is in the first syllable, so that's the stress. And buttock, buttock, buttock. And we use the short form B-U-T-T a lot. So butt is the short form. And in real life, just between friends or being rude, we use the word ASS, as a slang. And number 16, and this is where our waist and our legs meet. and that's our hip. Hip. And it refers to the side line where waist and leg bones meet. Okay? And also, this word has another important meaning. Cut. And also, this word has another important meaning as an adjective. So we can say, wow, this place is hip. That means trendy. Trendy or fashionable. Hot. And that's the first word of hip hop. Hip hop. And hop is used to describe a movement. You know, when rappers do hip hop, they always move up and down, up and down. They hop, right? And that movement is very trendy. That's where the word hip hop comes from. And number 17 is the entire section right there, and we call that leg. 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 And there's a very interesting idiom called arm and leg. Arm and leg. That means cost a lot. For example, you can say, this car cost arm and leg. Okay? And over here, that's the upper part of our leg, which usually has the largest muscle, and that's our thigh. Thigh. And this one has this pronunciation, th, and thigh. And popular term would be thigh muscle. Wow, you have a great thigh muscle. Or, I love chicken thigh. Or, women love thigh boot. Thigh boot. Okay? And number 19, that's where our largest joint is, and that's our knee. And that's an interesting spelling, k, ni, e. However, this word is silenced, so it's not pronounced at all, and it's just knee sound with a long e, and that's knee. Knee. And it's another interesting feature of English pronunciation. Whenever you see K and N together, K is always silenced. So K is silenced, as in knife or night. And you always have to remember this one, kneel. Kneel, that means to sit on your knee. Okay? To sit on your knee. And number 20, we have this one. And here L is silenced, and that becomes kelf. Kelf. So just kelf. L is silenced. And it also refers to a baby cow. Okay? And now there is our hand. And number 21, just right there. And that's the boundary between our hand and our arm. And that's our wrist. Wrist. And In English, W and R, when they are put together, W is always silenced. And it's wrist, like that. And there are terms like wristband or sprain one's wrist. And number 22 is, so we have another case of KN put together. So K is silenced and it's knuckle. Knuckle. Like that. Knuckle. Right there. And number 23, we have fingernail. Fingernail. And there's the term manicure. Manicure, when you are getting treatment for your nails, that's what we call manicure. Or we also use the term nail polish. Nail polish, to make your nails shine. And then 24, right there, our biggest finger, that's the thumb. Thumb. And over here, B is usually silenced, so it's just like that. Thumb, thumb, thumb. And 25 is our index finger. Index finger. And number 26 is our middle finger. Middle finger. We actually use the in front of this one, the finger. For example, I was driving and he gave me the finger. That means he swore at me. The finger. You know, F. So that's, he gave me the middle finger. Okay. And 27, we put our rings over there. So that's our ring finger. Ring finger. And it's for our wedding rings. And lastly, the smallest finger, we call that little finger. Little finger. Or we call that pinky as well. Pinky. We can also write it as IE. And 29 is our palm. L is silenced. Silenced. And it's palm. Palm. Like that. And it also refers to the tree. Palm tree that has coconut. Coconut tree. We call that palm because it looks like that, right? Just looks, it looks like the palm of our hand. All right. Okay, number 30. Now it is our face. And then we have hair, 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 and the pronunciation is H. It's just like that, hair. And 31 is, that's where our hair split, and we call that part. And part is a verb to split our hair in one direction. And if we wanna just call it as a noun, we use the term parting. 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 And we use the term part one's hair either to middle, left, or right. Okay? And 32 is forehead, 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 just like the forearm, forehead. And 33, it's a very important one, sideburn, sideburn. And the stress is on the first syllable, and it's side and like that. So side burn, side burn. So sideburn, sideburn. And 34 is our ear, ear. And so like that in English pronunciation, ear. And so like that in ear, ear. Okay? And 35 is our okay. 35 is our cheek, cheek, cheek. And there is the long E sound and k, so cheek. It also meaning as rude in British English. So rude in British English. Okay? And very important, nose, nose, nose. And its adjective is nasal, nasal, nasal. So it's a, nasal. And we also use the term nosy. So just put y. Nosy. So just put y. And that means, and nosy means to describe someone that likes to meddle in other businesses. So don't be nosy, just mind your own business. You can say that, okay? And 37 is the holes in our nose, so that's nostril, nostril. So it's ah, so n and ah, so that's na, na, but it's a long ah and s to roll. Okay, so it's nostril, nostril, nostril. So we also use the hairs of the nostril to refer to the little hairs that grow inside of it. Okay, and 38 right there is our jaw, jaw, jaw. So this one is an aw sound, and this one is G. So it's jaw, jaw. All right, and it usually refers to the side of the jawbone. Okay, and 39 is, well, some people have it, some men they don't. Some people love to grow their beard, beard, beard. Okay, beard. I love your beard. And when we have facial hair just right there, on your lip, we call that M-U-S-T-A-C-H-E, and that's M, M, and the accent is on the second syllable, sta, and it's a long A, ah, and then sh, and when they're combined together, it's mustache, mustache, mustache. All right. And 41 is the tongue, tongue. So it's T and and just sound. Okay. Tongue, tongue. And 42 is our tooth, tooth. And it's T and U, long U, and th, th, th. When you refer to more than two, as in plural, it becomes E, and teeth, teeth, teeth. So it's just long E and the same th sound. Okay? 43 is the lip, 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 lip. And you have to put on your lip gloss a lot when it's really dry to make your lips moisturized all the time. And we also use the term lip service a lot, lip service. Those are words that make other people feel better. Okay? And the last part of today's lesson is our eye. Okay, number 44. So that's those little hair that grow on top of our eyes. We call that eyebrow. Eyebrow. And the pronunciation is, the stress is always on the first syllable, and it's I, and it's I, and then it's brow, brow. So it's eyebrow, eyebrow. And we use the adjective thick or thin to describe someone's eyebrow. Wow, I love your thick eyebrows. And then we have this part. Usually, most people, they have double eyelids. Lid is the part, that's very thin skin that covers your eye, and we call that eyelid. It's a one word, eyelid. And we use the term double or single eyelid. Or we use the term upper or lower eyelid. And upper eyelid refers to the one on top of our eyes, and lower is the beneath it. Okay? And 46 is the little, sometimes long hair that is used for our eyes protection or for aesthetic, to make someone look beautiful. That's eyelash, eyelash, eyelash. So the stress is on the first syllable, and it's eyelash, eyelash. And then let's move on to our eye. So 47 is the part, the outer part, where it has colors in it. So some people have brown eyes, some people have yellow, green, or blue eyes. Personally, I have brown eyes, and that's what we call iris, iris, iris. And I heard everyone has a different looking iris, so that's why people use iris scanner on their doors as security. So that's why people use iris scanner on their security locks or on their cameras. We also call the lid that covers the lens of a camera iris as well. And last of all, today's last word is that black circle part. That's pupil. Pupil. So it's P, U, and long U, and P, and just L. And the stress is on the first syllable. So it's pew, pew, and po. So pupil, pupil. And 48, this part actually becomes small or large, just like camera lens. When we are surprised, our pupils become dilated. So dilated pupil. And this word also refers to student in a formal situation. She is my pupil from my last year's class. You can say that. All right? So we've covered all 48 letters and terms that refer to our body, hand, face, and our eyes. So give it a review. Take about 5 or 10 minutes to go over each one. And we're not going to do that right now. That is for you. And thank you very much for joining today's class. We will cover our internal organs, the rest of our body, for example, our feet, on our next class. Thank you, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit like button, and the alarm. Goodbye. See you next time.